So we dissolved it in nitric acid, and that's what was left. It seems rather large for how much it weighs, and it also appears quite porous. So I guess we're going to do another specific gravity test on it, and then maybe I could do a little streak test. That is odd. It's pretty. That's so weird. 5.2. Should I do this again just real quick? 46.5. Okay. 47.2. Yeah, that goofed up.
So it could be worth $200 or something?
We'll find out.
We'll find out.
So now we need to do the math.
So the object weight was 5.2 grams, or let's do it in carats as well, 26 carats, because you've got 5 carats is a gram. And then you can weigh the water, but the easier way to do it is to just tare the scale. So you start at 0. I'm going to write this out the long way just so that you understand the concept. I think most people probably do. But if you've got the object in the water, the weight of that was 47.2 grams, or 236 carats. The water in the cup weighed 46.4 grams, or 232 carats. But you really don't need to do this if you just tear the scale off. And so the difference on the grams would be 0.8, or if you did it in carats, it would be just 4. So the math is pretty simple on this. So you just take the 5.2 divided by the 0.8, you get 6.5. Or if you did it with this, you do the 26 divided by 4, you get 6.5. And so that's our specific gravity. Extremely low now. I say that is a lot lower than the specific gravity that we had when we did the test originally, when it had the copper content. And we notice that this object is extremely porous, and it doesn't seem to be pure whatever it is. So originally, when we did the specific gravity test on the object, it came out at 11.75. Gold is about 19.32. Copper is about 8.95. So we were thinking there was some gold content in the object, and it looked like it after we smashed it. What's really weird is after putting it in the acid, the specific gravity came out at 6.5. That's quite low. And it didn't hold up very good under the acid test, but I could see little particles of gold floating in the acid. I don't think the specific gravity test is terribly accurate for objects that aren't pure in whatever content that they have. It's kind of a good way to determine if it has something or doesn't have something. But the object is extremely porous. It probably has other impurities inside of it. I am not sure. That's really strange for a nugget. Usually nuggets are at least 18 to 20, 24. Yeah. Looks like it's staying under the 10 carat. That is very, very odd. Huh. I have no idea. This one's 14 carat. This one I think is 10 carat. And this is, I have no idea what in the world this thing is. I'm going to go down just a little bit deeper on it. And then this is copper. So I'm going to try the 10 karat acid on all of them. This would help if I open up the lid. Okay. So you give it just a minute. See what happens. Looks like they're all just sitting there. Looks like the copper's starting to disappear. Looks like the ring, this one's starting to disappear, and so is this. Looks like these two are holding on pretty good still. So super unusual for a nugget, but it does look like it's got some gold in it. That's got me surprised. Weird. It seemed to have a tiny bit of gold content, but not nearly as much as we were hoping. It seems to be spotty on the way it's testing with the acid. Anyway, I'm going to just rub a little deeper and see what happens. And I'm going to try it again with I'm actually going to try the 14 karat acid. And I'm going to see if there are any particles left when I look at it with a loupe. Wow, that disappears really fast. Yeah, there seems to be little gold floaties still. It seems so weird. That are staying under the 14K. Let me give it just a second longer. But yeah, it's like it's floating on the acid. So I'm used to just doing jewelry. So I'm going to try this on the 22 karat acid and just see what happens if it floats. Let's see if it's still there. Yeah, it's still got gold. Just little tiny particles of it in the 14 karat acid. So I'm going to try, maybe I'll try the 18 karat and see what happens. Let me dab that off. So I'm really curious because whatever it is, no, it seems like it's, okay, that looks like it's gone. Pretty much, but I'm going to look at it with a loupe and see if there's, yeah, there's still gold, but it's floating. I've never seen this do this before. It's really weird. Yeah, it's almost all gone. But there is some floating in that. Huh. Okay. There was something else that I thought was a little odd, and it seems to be like a slight fabric pattern when you look at the object under a loupe. I can't decide if it was a natural nugget of copper that had this gold looking thing in it, or if this was something that had been refined before. My dad thinks that perhaps it was something that came from somebody else's refining project, maybe something from computer parts. He doesn't remember doing it, so I don't know. I wish I would have got a better picture of the object before we started hammering on it, but it really looked natural to me. But what are your thoughts? I couldn't decide if the shape of the back side of this was from us hammering on it or if it was shaped like that before, but it looks really strange.